The sun dipped low over the horizon, casting a golden hue across the dense forests and rolling hills of Themiscyra, the land of the Amazons. Antiope, sister of the formidable Queen Hippolyta, stood at the edge of a cliff, her keen eyes scanning the landscape below. She was a warrior of unparalleled skill, her prowess in battle matched only by her loyalty to her people. The Amazonian warriors were known far and wide for their strength and independence, and Antiope was among the finest of them. The tranquility of the evening was shattered by the distant sound of hooves thundering against the earth. Antiope's heart quickened as she recognized the approach of an unfamiliar force. She signaled to her sisters, who swiftly took their positions, ready to defend their homeland. The Amazons had faced many threats, but this one felt different, more calculated, more determined. As the Athenian soldiers emerged from the forest, their armor glinting in the fading light, Antiope's eyes narrowed. At their head rode Theseus, the king of Athens, a man whose reputation as a hero and conqueror preceded him. His gaze locked onto Antiope, and for a moment the world seemed to hold its breath. The battle that ensued was fierce and unrelenting. The clash of swords and the cries of warriors filled the air, a symphony of chaos and valor. Antiope fought with the ferocity of a lioness, her every move a testament to her training and her indomitable spirit. But despite the Amazons' valiant efforts, the Athenians' numbers and strategy began to overwhelm them. In the midst of the fray, Theseus and Antiope found themselves face to face. Their swords met with a resounding clash, and for a moment, time seemed to stand still. There was a strange recognition in Theseus's eyes, a mixture of admiration and resolve. He had come not just to conquer, but to capture. With a swift and unexpected maneuver, Theseus disarmed Antiope, his sword at her throat. The Amazonian warriors, seeing their leader subdued, hesitated. Theseus's voice rang out, commanding and unyielding. "Surrender, and no more blood will be shed." Antiope's heart pounded in her chest, her mind racing. She knew that to continue fighting would mean certain death for many of her sisters. With a heavy heart she nodded, signaling her warriors to stand down. The Amazons laid down their weapons, their eyes filled with a mixture of defiance and sorrow. Theseus ordered his men to bind Antiope, ensuring she could not escape. As they led her away, she cast one last look at her homeland, a silent promise in her eyes. She would not be broken, and she would find a way to protect her people, no matter the cost. The journey to Athens was long and arduous, but Antiope's spirit remained unyielding. She was a captive, but she was also a warrior, and she would face whatever lay ahead with the same courage and strength that had always defined her. As they approached the city, Theseus rode beside her, his expression unreadable. He had captured the Amazonian princess, but he knew that his true challenge was only just beginning. For Antiope was not just a prize to be won, she was a force to be reckoned with, and their fates were now irrevocably intertwined. The city of Athens, with its towering columns and bustling streets, stood in stark contrast to the wild beauty of Themiscyra. Antiope, though bound, held her head high as she entered the city gates, her eyes taking in the grandeur of her new surroundings. The people of Athens gathered to catch a glimpse of the Amazonian princess, their whispers filling the air like the rustling of leaves. Theseus, ever the hero, led her through the city with a mixture of pride and caution. He knew that Antiope was no ordinary captive. She was a warrior queen, a symbol of strength and defiance. As they reached the palace, he dismounted and offered her his hand. She hesitated but took it, her grip firm and unyielding. Days turned into weeks, and weeks into months. Antiope's presence in the palace was both a curiosity and a challenge. She was given quarters befitting her status, but she was always under watch. Yet, in the confines of her new home, she found unexpected allies. The women of Athens, intrigued by her strength and independence, sought her out, eager to learn from her. Antiope, ever the leader, began to teach them the ways of the Amazons, sharing her knowledge and skills. Theseus watched from a distance, his admiration for Antiope growing with each passing day. He saw in her a kindred spirit, someone who understood the burdens of leadership and the weight of responsibility. He sought her counsel on matters of state, valuing her wisdom and perspective. Slowly, a bond began to form between them, built on mutual respect and understanding. One evening, as the sun set over the Athenian horizon, Theseus approached Antiope in the palace gardens. The air was filled with the scent of blooming flowers, and the soft chirping of crickets provided a gentle symphony. He stood before her, his expression earnest and sincere. "Antiope," he began, his voice steady, "I have come to realize that you are not just a warrior, but a leader of unparalleled strength and wisdom. I captured you, but in truth it is I who have been captivated by your spirit. I wish to unite our people, to bring together the strength of the Amazons and the wisdom of Athens. Will you stand by my side, not as a captive, but as my equal, my queen?" Antiope's heart raced as she looked into Theseus's eyes. She saw the sincerity in his gaze, the genuine desire for unity and peace. She thought of her sisters, of the promise she had made to protect them. This union could bring a new era of understanding and cooperation, a chance to forge a future where both their peoples could thrive. With a deep breath, she nodded. "I will stand by your side, Theseus. But know this, I will always be an Amazon, and I will always fight for my people." Theseus smiled, a look of relief and joy washing over him. "And I will always honor that, my queen." Their union was celebrated with great fervor, a symbol of hope and unity. The Amazons and Athenians came together, their differences melding into a tapestry of strength and wisdom. Antiope and Theseus ruled side by side, their partnership a testament to the power of respect and understanding. And so, the warrior queen and the hero king forged a new legacy, one that would be remembered for generations to come. Their story, a tale of courage, love, and unity, echoed through the ages, inspiring all who heard it to believe in the power of coming together, even in the face of the greatest challenges.